Ladies and gentlemen, you see this conversation we always have every season about housemates' strategies and how they claim not to have any, how they deny the game that they play. Ladies and gentlemen, that conversation was had yesterday with Big Brother during their diary sessions. And it was quite disappointing how all of them denied having any strategies. Now, we could give them some grace because of the nature of the question, how the question came, right? So during their post-eviction diary or a pre-eviction diary session, Big Brother had asked if they came into the house with a strategy. And all of them had said no. Even the ones that declared on their intro videos, I think they have 2 intro videos, right? Even the ones that are declared on their intro videos, even the ones that are declared on the stage on the day of the launch show, they had all denied it. Was it not K Bobo that told us that his strategy would be to come into the house as scatter ships? Was it not... Okay, Denari is out of the house, so I'm not going to talk about is. Was it not Imisi that said that she was going to be acting all through? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Jason J had said he was going to be the games master. He was going to be playing games and blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking if he mentioned that he was going to go into a ship. I can't remember at this point. Did Isabella say she was going to be for the boys? I mean, guys, if you all remember, cast your mind back to what they had declared on the day of the launch show, to us, to the world, to Ebuka. There were those ones that are very loud and clear. And then there were other ones that actually said a lot of things that they were going to do. On the day of the launch show, when these housemates had made their declarations, we were also happy. We were excited. I, for one, I was particularly over the moon because for me, finally, we have people coming to participate on the show and they are already boldly, audaciously declaring to us what to expect of them, declaring to us the kind of games they're coming to come and play. Only for these people to have their diary session yesterday. Guys, come and see denial. Come and see denial. Except for some who were, kind of honest about not coming into the house with a strategy, right? But then again, there's a difference between coming to the house with a strategy and playing the game with strategies, right? So I was kind of expecting that even if some of them were actually right to say that they did not come into the house with a strategy, but at least admit that in the course of your stay in the house, you've actually been very strategic in how you handled the game, in how you handled certain situations. Because the fact is, it is not a crime to have a strategy in the Big Brother game or in the Big Brother show. It's not a crime. And you see, this is what breaks my head every time I think about it. Why do these housemates think it's a crime to have a strategy? Why do you, the viewer, think that it is wrong to play the game with a strategy? Because you see, as much as I was quite disappointed at this housemate for not owning up to the fact that it's either they came into the house with a strategy or they were quite strategic the entire season, I could not entirely blame them because of you, the viewer. Some of you are very open-minded and understand the nature of the show and the games, or rather the competition involved. A lot of you are enlightened enough to know and understand that in such a social experiment, so long as there is a prize to be won, automatically it becomes a competition. It's no longer just a social experiment. Automatically, it has become a competition. And to win a competition, games have to be played. And to conquer or excel at those games, participants have to be strategic. In fact, they need to be strategic to be able to ace those games and to win the entire competition at the end of the day. So it's not a crime for housemates to have strategies. It is not a crime. Why do some viewers think that it is a crime? Why? Because guys, I listened to those people's diary session yesterday. They were just denying left, right, and center. The one that shocked me the most was Imisi. This girl started acting like she had dementia. She was like, what did you say? What do you mean? Guys, I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed because it was Imisi that declared on the day of the launch show that she was going to be acting all through her stay in Big Brother's house. She was the one that declared. And right from her outfit on that stage, we all knew she was acting. Her wig, it was a prop. Her outfit was a prop. Her makeup was a prop. Her entering the house and immediately removing her wig, that was the start of her acting career in Big Brother's house. Her carrying her luggage on her head, her bag up the stairs, that was her acting. So the way she denied it, the way she formed selective, and she was always like, I can't remember, some what I said. Some people were saying that, oh, what they said on their intro video, they just said it because they felt like, and they asked them a question and they needed to give an answer. Oh God, guys, it was disgusting. It was annoying. I'm not even gonna lie. It was annoying. But I would love to hear from you. Do you think having a strategy on the show is a crime? Do you think having a strategy on the show waters down the essence of the social experiment? Remember, it's a social experiment, but the reality is there is a competition within the social experiment. So I'm asking you all as a viewer now, what are your thoughts about housemates having strategies? Do you think it's a crime? Do you think it's an offense? Do you think it's not needed? What are your thoughts? And also, can you identify the strategies of our top 10 housemates? Because now let's focus on the top 10. Can you identify the strategies? You've watched these people from week 1 to now. We're in the last week of the season. Can you identify the strategies that they have employed this entire season to buy longevity and to survive in the game? If you can, let me know in the comment section below, all right? Now, quickly moving on my previous video, I told you all that our top 10 finalists had been so, grateful that they decided to express their gratitude to the viewers, to their supporters, and to their fans. And all of them had given speeches, but out of all, only 2 stood out for me. Yes. And those 2 were Faith and Dede's speeches. Yes. Now, a lot of you are going to have a problem with that. It's fine. You can go ahead and pick whichever speech cut it for you. But for me, these 2 people's speeches stood out for me. Now, I'm going to begin with Faith. Faith said, and I quote, now, he had actually said a lot of very interesting things, but I'm just focusing on the quote that made sense to me, that made his speech stand out for me. These are the lines from Faith's speech that really stood out for me. He had said, if you love me, it means you love yourself. If you support me, it means you support yourself. It means you saw something in me that reminds you of yourself. And for that, I am grateful. He had gone ahead to say that he had a mental breakdown in the house, and Big Soso and Sultana were the ones that actually came to the rescue, and, he went through that moment. But after that moment, he realized that he's not the one in control. So his job was just to be Faith. And there's someone out there that likes him, for being Faith, and is just ultimately keeping him in the house. And that is what has kept him all through. So he had expressed his gratitude to everyone out there that's been supporting him. And guys, I listened to that, those lines from his speech, and it sounded all too familiar, and it made so much sense. You know why? Because in this community, it's similar to what we always say, that fans are a reflection of their faves. Absolutely. Fans are a reflection of their faves. If your fave behaves in a certain way and you are supporting that person, it means that that is who you are. It means that it's either you share the same characteristics with that person or the same behavioral pattern with that person, or it means that there's a possibility that you can be like that person or you are aspiring to be that person. So those lines from Faith's speech completely mirrors what we always say in this community. And guys, now listen, I was just like, wow, what a speech, what a speech. Now, fast forward to Dede's own speech. If you've been watching Dede's countenance in the house of late, she's been having a lot of self-doubt. She's been feeling like she's not deserving of being in the house, you know. But when Ebuka had announced that they were the top 10 finalists, Dede was in shock. She could not move. Like, she was literally in shock. And I think what shocked her the most was that Mide got evicted. Anybody that sees the way Mide carries herself around the house, they will think that Mide is already the winner. And this is amongst the housemates, you know. Aside them thinking that, oh, Emisi is going to be the winner, they also think that, oh, Mide has got it on lockdown. Dede has always thought that maybe Mide is like 100 steps ahead of her. So when it was announced that Mide was evicted, Dede was shocked. You could see it on her face. She was really shocked. She had not, you know, gotten over it. So during her speech, she had gone ahead to, you know, talk about all her self-doubts, you know, how she had really looked down on herself a lot, thinking that she was not deserving of being there. But after everything that has happened, she said she realized that she's enough, because she always thought that she was never good enough. But now she realized that she's enough and she's just that girl. She said that she realized that she's much. She's everything and more. I think she even said she's 100% at some point. She said to everyone who argues for her, everyone who defends her, everyone who justifies every wrong action she's taken and did not cast a stone, that she's grateful. She's grateful for all of their support and their love and their belief in her. Guys, that was a beautiful speech to me. I mean, those lines from her speech, that was beautiful. Because when Dede came into the house, one of the first things that everybody, you know, likened to her as her favorite lines to say was, I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. She would always sing it, I'm just a girl, you know. So listening to her say that, oh, now she really believes that she's just that girl. It means that that was like a full moment of redemption for her and a full moment of realization of how awesome she is as an individual, you know, and the fact that she recognizes it for herself, not waiting for someone else to tell her. That was beautiful, you know. And so for the rest of the housemates, beautiful, beautiful speeches. You know, some of them went as far as talking about how they got the form, how they found out about the show, how they wanted to come, how this and that, you know, very nice, very beautiful speeches. You know, they also thanked God for his grace and for his hand upon their stay in the house. Beautiful, beautiful speeches from all the housemates. But anyways, and those were my two favorite speeches. I would love to hear from you. Which speeches stood out for you the most? Go ahead and share the comment section below. And I will see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Bbnaija. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing, amazing day. Bye.